because I get to work with your children, teaching them something that was my life's work, and I never dreamed it could be so much fun. But it's much more fun working with your kids. And be aware that what they're doing is very advanced for this age. You know, they're learning blocking and moving and working with props. This is very advanced for this age, and they did such a wonderful job. I just have 2 quick cash change announcements because 2 people are sick. We have Jared Farina filling in a little bit for the character of Lurvy, and Avery Merritt. We have an Avery in the show and an Avery in the cast. Avery Merritt has graciously stepped in to be the fair official. And this was completely last minute, and she really stepped up, and she's doing a great job. So I hope you will enjoy Charlotte's Web.
Awake in the middle of the night. Peering out of her bedroom window, she notices a light flickering in the barn. Worried, Fern creeps out to the barn. She sees her father bent over something. Suddenly, her face brightens.
Suckling tight against the sour, 90 piglets, Mr. Arable brings the 10th little piglet to the last tee, wipes his brow, and sits back.
Just then, a tiny pink runt appears and squirms over to its siblings. Weak and small, but fiercely determined. It clambers on top of them, searching for food. Fern's father sighs and goes to his wall of tools.
What are you doing? Fern, go back to bed. He picks up the hand axe and the runt.
No, it's not fair. I couldn't help being born small.
There are 11 pigs and only 10 teeth. The sow can't feed it.
Then I will.
She snatches the pig.
I'll feed you, care for you, and I'll absolutely not let you kill him.
Months later, Fern and her parents sit in their kitchen. Next to Fern is Thorns, now a healthy young pig named Golden.
Fern, it's time for the pig to go. I can't have you keeping old. He'll be a 200-pound pet around the house.
I promise I'd take care of him.
How about Uncle Homer? I bet he could use a pig at a price. And Wilbur will be right next door. The next morning, Fern solemnly carries Wilbur next door to the farmer for Uncle Homer's husband.
You'll make lots of new friends here. Just be yourself.
Fern tearfully pulls herself away and runs to the waiting schools. Wilbur squeals and begins to ram the fence. The cord snaps and he takes off.
Oh, look, this pig's out.
He sure is out of his mind.
The bus disappears over the crest. As Wilbur hangs his head, Lurvy appears.
Wilbur looks past Lurvy to the thing that's really hypnotizing him, Mr. Zuckerman banging on a pail of slop with a wooden spoon.
Don't fall for it.
Wilbur steps into the pen and takes a long drink of slop.
Hear that, Bits? Pig's in. He's in all right, but he's safe. A few days later, Wilbur wriggles and splashes in the mud. This is great! And you don't want to join me?
None of the animals do. Dejected, Wilbur plops down next to his trough. Just a rat appears and starts shoving food into his mouth.
Hi there, my name's Wilbur. Do you have a name?
Of course I do. It's Templeton.
You want to play Templeton?
For so many reasons, no. See, I don't play I know, I spy, I eat, I hide. Me in a nutshell.
Templeton disappears under the trough. That night, Wilbur lies in the cold, dark barn. Good night. Good night. Good night.
An older female voice rises from the darkness.
You won't be doing that all night, will you? I'm trying to concentrate.
I can't sleep unless someone tells me good night.
Good night, okay? All better now?
Please tell me where you are. Can't you see I'm lonely? Can we make herself known? Shh. Pipe down, I'll come out. Wish she'd stay in. They eat their young, you know.
It's spindly, inly legs and fangs. Ugh.
A large gray spider lowers herself from the corner of the doorway. I think this is the part where I say salutations.
Wilbur's smile fades. He hangs his head and turns.
Oh, okay, I'll leave. Salutations. Wilbur is just a fancy way of saying hello. Oh, hello. What's your name? My name is Charlotte. Great name. Hey, since you said salute, you know that word? Does that mean we're friends? I suppose it does. Yay!
Poor kid, he's got no idea what's going to happen to him.
Nor should he. Let him enjoy himself while he still can.
Spring soon turns to summer. Wilbur is happy in the company of his new friend and enjoys daily visits from Fern.
One evening, Fern notices Avery closing in on Charlotte.
Here, Spidey, Spidey, Spidey. Don't you touch me, you little toad.
Ignoring her, Avery slams a jar down over Charlotte. Wilbur charges into Avery's nest, sending him stumbling back into the trough. There is a dull, explosive noise, followed by a wretched smell.
Avery has stepped on a rotten goose egg that Templeton was storing in his lair. Avery drops the jar and runs out gagging. Oh, that stinks good!
Follows the animals glare at Templeton. Breathing only through her mouth, Bitsy scolds him. Now look what we've done. It saved Charlotte, didn't it?
Hear that? Tits! You owe me one.
Actually, it was Wilbur who did most of the saving.
Ironic, isn't it? He's saving you, and they're saving him for Christmas.
Templeton, what are you talking about?
Come, Winter. The farm will be checking in the old Spellcast Hotel. And the only checking out happens when the people gather around and say, check out that yummy sausage.
Just the rat we did him on mistake. Now that you're here, make yourself useful. Next time you go to the dump, bring back some clipping from a magazine.
Wilbur trembles. He looks at Charlotte.
Is it true? Sadly, yes. I don't want to die. I want to live. And you will. I'm going to save your life, Wilbur.
How on earth can you possibly do that?
I don't know, but I've made you a promise. And promises are something I never break.
Last time we saw all of you, Wilbur had finally made a friend on the farm, Charlotte the spider.
But it turns out that not having any friends was the least of Wilbur's problem.
That's right. The farmer, Mr. Zuckerman, has plans to cook Wilbur up for a Christmas feast.
Charlotte promised Wilbur that she'd save his life, but we all know it's hard to change a farmer's mind.
Lurvy, the farmhand, freezes in front of Wilbur's pen. His slop bucket drops and he stumbles backward.
A short time later, Wilbur opens his eyes to find Lurvy Zuckerman in the air bowl staring at the corner above his pen.
It's a miracle. A bona fide miracle.
Written into Charlotte's web are the words some pay.
Soon a large crowd of neighbors, townspeople, journalists, and photographers are claiming around Wilbur's pen.
But the day before the fair, Charlotte hears Mr. Zuckerman say that if Wilbur doesn't win, he'll be good for $50 worth of baking a week. Breathing hard, Charlotte makes her way to Wilbur's traveling. Are you okay, Kay? Evidently, people feel entitled to devour animals no matter how radiant or how terrific they are. Looks to me like you need your rest, sweetie. Someone in your condition ought not to be traveling. I have to do what must be done at the fair.
At the fair, Templeton popped his head into Wilbur's stall.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, boys and girls. I'm sorry we skipped this section. Call from Fall arrives.
Fall arrives, lying on a pile of leaves one afternoon. Fern overhears her uncle talking to Luke.
Mr. Zuckerman?
First thing tomorrow, I want folks, don't forget to buy us.
First thing tomorrow.
I skipped the one.
First thing tomorrow.
First thing tomorrow, I want you to take a look at that smokehouse chimney. Have to get it dump them that if we want it working before the food.
Stunned, Fern looks at Wilbur's face. She goes home.
They're still thinking of eating him. If I had known this was what they were going to do to him, I would never have sold him.
It's what happens to a pig on a farm. Fern, you know that, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Fern storms off. A few days later, she sees a flyer for the county fair. She has an idea.
Meanwhile, Charlotte has spun a new message into a web. Radiant. Another crowd appears. The biggest yet.
I've decided to enter Wilbur in the county fair.
What gave you that idea?
Mr. Zuckerman glances at the flyer he found on his tractor sheet that morning.
Just came to me.
Fair's got rules and guidelines for swine. They're supposed to be, big.
He's right. It'll take nothing short of a miracle for this pig to win.
And what do you do?
Oh, and what do you think they're standing here looking at?
Did you hear what they said, Charlotte? I'm going to the fair. I'm packing to save.
That's very good. You'll have to tell me all about it when you come back.
What do you mean?
I have work to do. Work that I must do alone.
But I can't go without you.
Sure you can. You said it yourself. You're saved.
But the day before the fair, Charlotte hears Mr. Zuckerman say that if Wilbur doesn't win, at least he'll be good for $50 worth of bacon in here. Breathing hard, Charlotte makes her way to Wilbur's traveler. Are you okay?
Evidently, people feel entitled to devour animals no matter how radiant or how terrific they are.
Looks to me like you need your rest, sweetie. Someone in your condition ought not to be traveling.
I have to do what must be done at the fair.
At the fair, Templeton pops his head into Wilbur's stall. Whoa! Have you seen the beast next door? I think his mama was part hippo. He's a shoo-in.
We'll just have to work twice as hard to show that the finest pig isn't necessarily the fattest.
Charlotte, if I don't win the prize, they're gonna.
But you will win, and Zuckerman will be very proud, and he'll keep you around to remind him of that feeling.
Charlotte stops to catch her breath. Wanting as many word choices as possible, she sends Templeton out to collect scraps of paper. Hopefully he finds a scrap of just the word she needs.
Well, Your Highness, you're satisfied or what?
Yes, this is the perfect word, the last one I shall ever write.
In the morning, Wilbur looks uncertainly at the web. Is it true? I don't really feel as if any of the things you've written about me.
Then is the perfect word.
Wilbur notices that Charlotte is sitting on a large peach-colored bowl.
Hey, what's that? This is my magnum opus, my great work. It's a 27-layer thick, nutrient-filled, waterproof egg sac. It holds 514 eggs.
Wow, we're going to have 514 children?
If all goes well, yes. Of course, they won't show up until next spring.
Why do you sound so down in the dumps? This is great news.
Just then the apples and Zuckerman appeared.
The web!
Humble! If that's not a prize winner, I don't know what it is.
Mrs. Arable, however, is pointing in horror at a blue ribbon that is hanging, a red ribbon that is hanging on the pen of the gigantic pig next to Wilbur.
This is an outrage. Our little Wilbur may be small, but he sure has character. Anybody can see that.
And did that pig draw this crowd? I think not.
They stare at the ribbon in disbelief, unaware of the crowd heading their way.
Mr. Zuckerman, can you come with me, please?
The crowd cheers as the Arables and Zuckermans escort Wilbur to the grandstand.
Folks, I think we all remember at the start of the summer when the writing appeared in the web in Mr. Zuckerman's barn, proclaiming this was some pig. It has happened again at our very own humble county fair. It has attracted a record-breaking crowd. I am honored to present this check of $100 and this medal, a token of our awe and appreciation.
Look,
The official hands the microphone to Mr. Zuckerman.
what can I say about a little pig here that hadn't already been said? There Charlotte? I won't be going back to the barn. Wilbur, I'm dying.
You see, most spiders have a 1-year lifespan. They're born in the spring and die next spring.
What? But you can't die. I can and I will. We are born into this world, and when our time comes, we live, and when our time comes, we die. This is a natural cycle of life. You've done so much for me. Isn't there anything that I can do for you? Oh, Wilbur, you already have. You've made me your friend.
Mr. Zuckerman's truck pulls up.
Goodbye, my sweetest Wilbur. Wilbur's eyes water. He simply nods, knowing this will be the last time you'll ever see Charlotte.
Fall turned into winter and winter into spring. The animals take turns sitting beside Charlotte's eggshell, which Wilbur carried home from the fair. Finally,
They're here!
Wilbur adores the tiny spiders. One day, a gust of wind blows through the barn, and they all scurry to the outdoor fence.
Wilbur arrives just in time to stand on its head and spin a silk balloon that carries away into the air. Wait! Wait!
as baby spiders fill the air, Wilbur becomes frantic. In despair, he returns to the barn, but hears a little voice.
I'm up here! Salutations!
Wilbur looks around.
Me too, we like to stay. We like
No, Dale.
I'm up here. So am I. Me too, we like to stay. We like And we like you too. Wilbur watches his 3 new friends weave their webs. You've chosen a hallowed doorway in which to spin your web. This was your mother's story. She was little, brilliant, and beautiful. And she was my friend. So to you, her daughters, I pledge my friendship forever.
Wilbur loved his new friends, but Miss Charlotte too.
But he knew that being friends is that no matter where life takes you, you carry a piece of that friendship with you. Then you pass it on.